Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of this 30-day morning Yogalates challenge. I hope you're ready to work your abs today. This is what we are starting with. So this is a core emphasis practice, a mix of yoga, a mix of Pilates, all levels, no props required. And let's begin right away, lowering down on the mat. So you can just pull your knees in towards your belly when you get there. Maybe just rocking a little bit side to side, noticing how you're feeling this morning. And you can just bring your hands onto the tops of your knees and start to trace some circles. So before we actually work through our core and work through our abs, we're just doing a little bit of gentle movement. And you can reverse the direction of those circles. So I'm really happy that you came back for day 2. Hopefully we'll continue this way. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 3. And for an entire month together. All right, coming back to center, we are going to warm things up. The way classical Pilates usually begins is with the 100. So that's what we're going to do. So go ahead and lift head and shoulders off of the mat. Reach your arms at around hip height. We're going to have our legs in a tabletop pose, so bending at the knees. Begin to vigorously and actively pump the arms up and down. This is a breathing exercise, so I want you to inhale for a count of 5 and exhale for a count of 5, and try to inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. So this is what it's going to look like. Keep going, inhaling and exhaling, lifting both shoulder blades off of the mat, hugging the legs in through the midline, and drawing the lower belly in and up. 4 more rounds. For 3. For 2. Last one. And knees into your chest. Relax head and shoulders down to the mat. Great job. Bring your feet flat to the floor. Open your arms into this little cactus shape. We'll take a little spinal twist so your hips can go over to the right before dropping both knees down to the left. So stretching through the obliques. Try to keep that right shoulder blade down on the mat. So the 100 is a really great way to fire things up. A lot of different variations on it, but this one tends to be the most beginner friendly or the most accessible. But one thing that's important is beginner friendly does not necessarily mean easy. It's still really challenging. Let's lift the knees up. We'll go to the other side. So just twisting it out. Hips can go to the left a little bit and the knees drop over to the right. Trying to press down through that left shoulder blade. Lifting the knees back up and through to center. We're going to do one more Pilates reclined ab exercise. This is single leg stretch. Pull your knees in towards your chest and lift head and shoulders off of the mat. Grab a hold of your right leg as you extend that left leg out into this diagonal. So this is also a breathing exercise. You're going to inhale, lift up a little higher, and then exhale fully out the mouth. At the end of the exhale, switch the legs. So and switch. Inhale, lift up more. Exhale, deepen the abs, and then switch the legs. Breathing in and out and switch. One more on each side. And switch. Both knees in towards your chest and relax head and shoulders down. Grab a hold of your feet. Find Nanda Balasana, your happy baby pose. Maybe rock a little bit side to side, massaging the lower back. And let's release. We're going to come from here into tabletop pose. So you can rock up and down the length of your spine, crossing at the ankles, and just plant the hands down. Palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Actually, let's bring our hands a couple inches past the shoulders for this one. So from tabletop, tuck the toes under so that you can lift your knees just an inch or so off the mat. So this is your hovering table. The back is engaged, my spine is straight. We're going to straighten the legs, plank pose. Bend the knees back through hovering tabletop pose, and then go ahead and stretch the legs out, downward facing dog. So we're gonna do this in a sequence. Take an inhale, find hovering table, exhale to plank. Inhale, hovering table, exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more, just like this. So inhale, core is super strong in table. Straighten the legs to plank. Bend the knees and back, downward facing dog. 1 more just like this. Inhale, hover the knees off the mat. Exhale, plank. Inhale, table. And hold, downward facing dog. Paddle out the legs. Do any little movements that feel good here. And let's go ahead and reach our right leg up towards the sky. You can bend your knee, open up your hip, give yourself a nice big thigh stretch as you push down into that left heel. And we're gonna bring our knee to our nose, come forward into plank pose, stoking the fire. Inhale, 3-legged dog, reach that right leg up. Twice more like this. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squeeze, look past your hands and step that foot forward in between your palms to the top of the mat. Back knee comes down to the floor. We're lifting ourselves up into our low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Lengthen the tailbone down, draw and engage solid through your core, solid through those abs as you lift up. And then maybe press those hips forward and down, but you don't need to go down too far. Palms can come together to touch. Maybe shift your gaze up. Tiny little back bend. And circle the arms wide. And let's press it back. Here, you're just gonna find a little toe squat. So keep the toes tucked under and see if you can sit back onto your heels. Just for a moment, stretching through the feet. So even though this is a core practice, I do like to use poses and movements that target full body so that you're really getting set up properly for your day. And when you're ready, downward facing dog. And we'll repeat that knee to nose sequence on the second side. Tucking the toes under, lift your hips up and back. Let's find 3-legged dog. Left leg extends up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. See if you can push a little bit more into that right heel now that the left leg is up and has leverage. Come forward to plank. Tap your knee to your nose so my shoulders are over my wrists. Inhale, straighten and stretch it up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze, look past your hands and step that foot through. Lower the back knee down to the mat. We're coming up into this low lunge, so not jamming the lower back here. Pull the lower belly in, lift up tall, and then extend your arms. And maybe the hips press forward and down a little bit, and you can add a little back bend by pressing your hands together and shifting your gaze past your thumbs. Think of this as an upper back bend rather than coming from your low back. So we want our abs engaged, even here. And circle the hands wide. Let's find that little toe squat again so you can tuck the back toes under and bring the knees in. Trying to keep that the rib cage in so that we're not flaring out. Core is strong. And release. Let's just find downward dog one last time. We'll take a little flow to finish things off. So from your downward facing dog, you can inhale coming forward into your plank pose. Lower all the way to your belly. Keep your elbows in as you do this. Point the toes, Bhujangasana, into your cobra. And press the hips back, child's pose. Relaxing the forehead down on the mat. Take 5 breaths in and out through your nose here. And to really set the tone for the day ahead, we're going to draw an affirmation together. So you can come up and take a seat in any way that is comfortable to you. And you can close the eyes. Let's see what we have today. So our affirmation today, I give myself permission to heal inside and out. So sitting up tall, we can repeat this to ourselves a few times. I give myself permission to heal inside and out. Just being curious what that brings up for you. Using this time to connect with ourselves before we get on with the rest of our day. I give myself permission to heal inside and out. Let's bring our hands together at the front of the heart, and we'll close chanting Om together one time. Inhale to chant, breathe in. Thank you so much, everyone. That was day 2. We still have 28 more to go. I hope I will connect again with you on the mat tomorrow morning for day 3. If you wanted to, remember we also have a 30-day evening yoga challenge, so 10-minute bedtime classes. I'll link to the day 2 bedtime class down below if you wanted to save that for later. Let me know how it went. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.